Assalamu alaikum. This video's on auris 68 plate, fairly new car, 84,000 on the clock. Nice looking car, very tidy. It says hybrid system malfunction. At this mileage, normally the battery still be okay for at least anything around 150,000. This is only done 84,000, so quite surprisingly the battery's gone. With that mileage it shouldn't have gone, it should be okay. After scanning the car, there on the scanner it says replace hybrid pack, basically, if you can see that. So we're sure the battery's gone. He's bought the car thinking that everything's going to be okay, but surprisingly the battery, after checking it, the battery is gone. So either there's two things: either somebody's changed the battery and sold him the car, or the car's mileage not correct. Personally, me, at the moment, I haven't dismantled the battery, I haven't took the battery out. I will take the battery out and I will probably make a follow-on video to tell you what the battery's like, or if it's been opened, or if it's an original battery. Once we start opening it up, we'll know if it's original battery or if somebody's changed it. All the plastic clips and claps, they will be loose or either broken, or they've missed a bolt putting it back on or something. We'll know that if it's been changed or not. Plus you can recognize it from the cell's number. It's got a hologram, and you get an idea what kind of a battery it was. And I'll know if it's an original battery or somebody's changed it. Or the other thing is that somebody's clocked the car back, but he says that it's got full service history with it. But when you buy the car brand new for first 3 years, you don't take it for an MOT, so that can be a problem, because if somebody wants to clock it back or whatever, they can do. By looking at the car condition, when you always buy a car, always check like your steering wheel. This is like complete, it's got no lines in it. It's very smooth. It's very, very smooth, so there's no lines, nothing on it. So by looking at this, you think, well, if it's done 80,000, why is it so smooth? Somebody must have had really, really rough hands to make it smooth like that. The other thing that suspected the mileage not right, it's the brake pedal there. If you see it, it's worn. Normally on these cars you can get it up to about 120, 130 before they start wearing off. I mean, this one's on the side is completely worn off, so you can tell that I'm suspecting maybe the battery was original, maybe no one's changed the battery, maybe it's been clocked back, or something's happened to this car. It's got a couple of these things with the mileage. They don't match up. This brake pedal, the steering wheel doesn't match up. Even the seat belts, when you pull them out and let them back in, they should fly in with that mileage. If it's been a company car, no one. On this one, when you pull the seat belt out and then let it back in, it takes its time going back into it. So basically, even like the handbrake itself, it's not like brand new. It doesn't look like that's done 80,000. So stuff like that, when you buy a car, should always question all these things, like the steering wheel, foot brake pedals, handbrake, seat belts, stuff like that. Should always question them. Do they look like an average mileage for that or not? But we will dismantle this battery, and it might be the battery, somebody's just swapped the battery or something like that, but I'll know as we go along. So after taking the seat out and the bench out where the seat clamps on, if you look at this clip here, is thing broken or something. It's just to pull that. Normally you've got to prise them out. Normally they should have one of these. This one's missing, so somebody has opened the battery up for whatever reason. It doesn't look like in a bad condition. There's no bolts missing off it, but definitely somebody's had a go at trying to open it up, maybe to investigate it, or anything else. But we will carry on and investigate if it's original battery or not. So the battery is out of the car, it's empty. We've got the battery on the bench and still a bit of a mystery. Not really sure what's going on with it here. So it's on the bench, as you can see. If it's doing 80,000, can you see all that dust there? All that dust there. I mean, this battery hasn't done 80,000. It's done more than 80,000. I'm not sure about the car, but this battery definitely hasn't done 80,000. If you look at the bars here, I mean, they're corroded like a, that's done made enough 200,000 where they are corroded, and the amount of dust that's collected. And they said they've got a filter as well. And another thing, basically all these in the middle is supposed to, as air comes from the fan from here, blows it through here, then stops here, and then the air gets forced the middle gap of these cells to cool it down. And then you've got exhaust side, that's the exhaust side, so where the air goes back out. Say for example, the way these are blocked, if these are blocked and the fan is putting air out, it's coming, it's getting stopped here, it's got a cover on over top of it, and the air is forced down. But how can the air go down when all these are blocked? All these holes are blocked and there's so much dust. If you have it serviced and get all this cleaned out, vacuumed out or blown out, so keep the cells gap between clear, keeps the battery nice and healthy. So this hasn't definitely done 84,000. And the buzz bars here, they're like corroded quite badly, aren't they? They haven't done 80,000 on a 18 plate car. So somebody's been up to no good. It's a shame when they rip people off like that, but that's the world that we live in, sadly. Whatever the mystery was, we've replaced it with generation 4 battery. Whenever you give your battery to your customer, make sure you make a note of the cells number on here. So if somebody does change the battery, you can tell them that it's not your battery. So they've got these numbers on here, because there's a lot of people at the moment doing all sorts of stuff. Which is a shame, because it spoils it for everybody. It's not fair on the guy that bought the car. It's not a good thing. It's got a nice clean fan there inside, and it's all flat from on the top, so it's generation 4. Very good battery this. Hopefully should last him a long time. The battery that came out of it, got these things here, this thing here, it's not flat from the top, so that's generation 3. The one that's already in the car is generation 4. I hope he helps you, and I hope whoever you go to is an honest guy, whether you buy a car or your battery. I mean, these days people go for a bumper spray and they've already got their batteries nicked. It's unbelievable what's happening.